we'll cover the following topics: the mandatory fields, how to add categories to the tool record, how to add manufacturers, pictures, what the sharing status field means, some of the optional fields for enterprise users, and the differences between Android and iOS devices. On the left we have an iPhone, and on the right an Android device. Most of the functions of adding and editing tools are similar, very similar on both devices, so there's not going to be a whole lot to cover in terms of the differences. Let's start off by swiping from left to right and access the Add Tool function. You can also click on the menu icon at the top left. One of the differences between iOS and Android is the fact that the iPhone has two tabs, basic and extended, to add a tool, whereas we don't have that on the Android device. There's also a cancel and save option at the top in iOS versus just a back button and a save icon on the Android. The minimum required information to add a tool, and we'll be doing most of this on the iPhone, is just the tool title. And I'll type in test tool and go down to the description box. The description box looks fairly small, but you can actually add quite a bit of information there. We'll type a few things. You notice as I go down multiple lines, it'll just start scrolling. I'm not sure how many characters you can put here. It's probably 1,000 or so. I haven't reached a limit yet. What I like to do is go to the tool manufacturer's website and cut and paste the features and specifications and put that on the tool record. To move to the next field, you can just scroll down with your finger. On the iOS or the Android device, you've actually got a next button that you can scroll between fields as well. To add your manufacturer, again, nothing's required here except the tool title at the top. Click on the manufacturer field, and there's going to be a default list of over 100 of the major tool manufacturers. You can just pick off the list, or in the field at the top, you can search for a manufacturer. If I type in BOS, it will do a best fit search for any manufacturer that contains those characters. I can select from the list, or you can see under BOS it says tap to add that as a new manufacturer. So you can do that, and it will create that one. Be a little careful there, because if you misspell it, then that's gonna be on your list. We're trying to make this easy here, but so there's no master file to maintain. But you do have the ability to mistype something. In this case, I'm just going to select Bosch. Then we've got model number, whatever you want to type there. We do force caps if it's a letter. And then photographs. For photos, you can click the icon and grab something from your photo library, or just take a picture. I actually have a few pictures already in an album called Tools. I will choose that. You have an option for up to 6 pictures. One difference on the enterprise version of the software is that we will allow you to capture higher resolution pictures and do pinch to zoom on iOS. It'll still maintain higher resolution on Android, but we don't have the pitch to zoom there. If we go over to the extended tab and continue keying in, you have an option for a barcode. And that's only on the enterprise version, so this field will not show up if you're using just the mobile only free version of the software. You have to be actually an administrative enterprise user to access this field. To add a barcode, I'm going to click on the barcode plus button beside the barcode field, and it will fire up the camera. I'll look at the scan a barcode. I'm actually scanning a UPC symbol off of a granola bar, which is not something you generally want to use because that's not a unique barcode. You're going to purchase barcodes for your company numbered say 1 through 1,000 if you have 1,000 tools, and use that. Again, don't scan the UPC symbol off of a tool if you're going to have a whole bunch of them, because it's not going to be a unique number. So I'll say use that, and it'll put that number in the field. The next two fields are URL fields that you can use to capture the website of the manufacturer, and also a link to the owner's manual. Pretty much most owner's manuals are accessible through the web. There are some tool manufacturers where it's a little more difficult to get, but most of them are there. You can also scan your owner's manual and put them in a public Dropbox or something like that, and that's also an option. Tool category is very similar to manufacturer, except these are not going to be predefined. It's going to be blank when you first get the system, and you're going to create your own categories, however you want to define that for your particular business. So I can either select one off the list, or if I want to create a new category, I can click on the blank at the top. If I type saw, it'll pull up anything with saw in it. But I can keep typing. I can add that as a new category if I want to, or just select one, and it puts that there. You've got several fields for purchase information, a purchase date, a purchase price, and a warranty date. Warranty date is one of the fields that will send you a notification as you approach that warranty date. Serial number, similar to model number, this is going to force caps for any letters that you put there. Sharing status. Sharing status gives you the ability to create private items. If you leave the default that this tool is shared, then anyone you're connected to will be able to see it. If you want to set up a tool that nobody sees except you, then turn that off. Tool rental fields are enterprise fields, so the free users will not see this, only enterprise administrators. You have a rental start date, rental return date, rental rate, and rental period. Again, this is if you rent tools. Lots of times you'll rent a tool and it'll sit in the back of somebody's truck, and you'll continue paying the monthly bill for it. This will give you another notification as that rental return date approaches, so you don't keep getting billed for a tool that's not being used. Two additional fields that you don't see here that will be below the rental fields are two custom fields that can be dates, text, or two more URLs for website links. So if you define those in your system, then those will also be available to enter here. So when I'm done, I'm going to hit save. If we were using Android, we would hit the save icon. And it's going to upload any pictures at this point that we're adding to the tool record. Now if we want to edit a tool, I can go find one of mine. Obviously I'm not going to be able to edit anybody I'm connected to. And let's say we want to edit the hammer drill. We're going to pull up the detail, and down at the bottom on the iOS device you'll see an action icon. The two lines with dots in front of them. If we click on that, then we're going to have an option to edit or delete. We're going to click edit, and that pulls up the same record, and we can change whatever we want to. We can add additional pictures, delete pictures, so forth. Okay. This is one that has two of the custom fields that are being used at the bottom. On Android, if we want to edit a tool, it's slightly different. I'm going to go click on these. We're going to edit the 6-foot ladder, pull up the detail. Notice we don't have that action button at the bottom. The user interface for Android is a little bit different on purpose here. This is intentional. There are 3 dots at the top. If we click on those 3 dots, then those options, the same options that we get at the bottom of the screen on iOS. It's just, again, a different user interface for Android. So we can edit that tool, and again pull up any of the information, change pictures, delete pictures, so forth. So this is one method for entering tools into ShareMyToolbox. This is the primary method, or really the only method if you're using the free version of ShareMyToolbox. If you're using the enterprise version, you will also have the ability to enter one tool at a time via our web grid, or you'll be able to import tools via our spreadsheet import.